We are here today at Lake Corpus Christi to acknowledge a milestone in the lake's elevation. The reading on the lake, meaning the elevation of the lake, shows that it's at 9.9% impounded water capacity. So the elevation's at 9.9%, which doesn't trigger anything in terms of our drought contingency plan. It doesn't trigger any emergency. It doesn't really trigger any change in what we're doing in Corpus Christi water. But it is a notable milestone, and we know the community is closely watching the lake as a barometer of how we're getting through this drought. Historically, this lake has never been this low. The lake was impounded or created with the dam that you can see behind me in 1958, and it has never been this low before. The last time it was low was in 2012, and that was nearly 13% elevation before it rebounded with rains. The reason or the result of the decline is from a gripping drought that will probably be the drought of record for our region. This drought has been sustained now for 5 years. That means that we have had no meaningful inflows into this reservoir in Choke Canyon for 5 years. So it's important to point out, we might forget that from time to time. Recognizing this 3 years ago, we've switched our reliance from Choke Canyon and Lake Corpus Christi, which in the good times provided 70% of our water. And we switched that reliance to our eastern sources, which is Lake Texana and the Lower Colorado River. We just didn't turn a switch on, though, to do that. We have invested $20 million, in part with the help of the state through Representative Villalobos, who in this last biennium secured $16 million for this project. And so we invested $20 million into the Mary Roads pipeline so that for the first time ever in its history, we could deliver the maximum amount of water through that pipeline. And today it's flowing at about 70 million gallons a day. And that has essentially replaced what used to come out from these reservoirs behind me. So our plan to keep our region safe in terms of water security began many years ago, and it's continuing. So that was step one. I also want to highlight today that this city council, this exact city council that's sitting with us today, has taken monumental and historic votes to bring on an additional 76 million gallons of water with an investment of $1 billion. These are tremendous decisions and policy votes that the council has taken. They're historic and they're generational, and they're not temporary. Water will be used intermittently, but it'll be a reliable source that we can use either full-time or intermittently from this point forward. So those projects are going to help us get us through the remainder of this drought. It includes 3 groundwater projects in Nueces County, 1 groundwater project in San Patricio County, and an effluent reuse project in our hometown, where we will use 16 million gallons of what was discharged effluent water. And so in total, those 5 projects equate to 76 million gallons of water, far surpassing what we would get out of the lake behind me in Choke Canyon, even in the good times, and with a total price tag of $1 billion. Now, the issue of seawater desalination is still very much on the table. And I think this drought and even today's historic moment demonstrates that we have got to do that project, one of them, or 2 of them, or all of them. We have 3 projects we're working on with this city council and the region and partners like the Nueces River Authority. And so we know we have the Inner Harbor desalination project, the fully permitted project in our ship channel. We know that this city council, in another historic vote, has allocated $2.7 million to Nueces River Authority for the Harbor Island desalination plant, which is estimated to produce 100 million gallons of water. And then we're working with CPS Energy of San Antonio at the Barney Davis site. And in the coming council meetings, we'll do a resolution to direct staff to work with them to potentially develop the business model of what a project could look like there. So those are 3 seawater desalination projects, and I think the city council is committed. I'm committed. We have to be committed as a region to 1 or more of those because we know groundwater, while a reliable source, can't be used every day, every week, every month. It has to be intermittent. We know that farmers and ranchers and persons that have livelihoods on estates in the country rely on that water as well. And so that's why seawater desalination has got to be a source of water to carry us forward into the future, so that one day we're never here again talking about declining lake levels, because we'll have that seawater desalination that can be used. And we know that water source is the only one that is uninterruptible and doesn't get affected by droughts. That's a summary of why we wanted to be here today. The message is that, yes, the lake is now at a historic low, but we're at a historic high in terms of bringing on more projects to this community. They're underway. We are working with state agencies to expedite bringing on the water, agencies like TCEQ, Texas Water Development Board. We're working with our state delegation, including Representative and Chairman Todd Hunter, Adam Hinojosa, Chuy Hinojosa, Denise Villalobos. They are working tirelessly at the state level for expediency and state agency processing of our permits and for funding. And we're working with the federal government. We're working with our representatives and senators. I want to highlight U.S. Congressman Michael Cloud, who's been working with us for 3 years on funding for our Inner Harbor Desalination Project. And so those are just examples of how this is everybody together. We know what's going on here in this region. They do. And so we're all pulling together to get through this drought of record. And so that's the message today. I do want to just finally end by saying, again, we want the community to have confidence in us. We have confidence in what we're doing. This is no time to panic. It's no time to be afraid. We're working hard. We have confidence. And every day we get up, even if it's the weekend, knowing that we're one day closer to getting past this drought and providing more water for our region.